This is Deckard6, and welcome back to Empire of the Sands. I'm going to get the clock rolling right away this time, minimal theory crafting, because I did that all last episode. We're getting ready to jump right into a war against Persia. Our bank is decent enough that I feel like I can reactivate our southern navy so we can actually get to Hormuz. Because if I recall, that was our problem with Oman earlier. Oh, Oman's still there! Hi, Oman! Enjoying your island? Good, good. But yes, our problem with Hormuz earlier is we couldn't get to it because while we completely destroyed Oman's army, we couldn't overcome their navy, and they were able to drive, not drive us out, but they were able to stop us from completing all of our goals. Persia doesn't have as much of a navy as Oman did, and we can probably beat theirs, particularly if we fully repair. Because they don't have any heavy ships, as far as I can tell. Unhappiness among the artisans. Normally, I love to pay cash to save points. But right now, we need this war chest. And we don't immediately need to raise our stability up again. I'd like to keep it at 2, as I've said before. But we need the war chest. We need the option to recruit mercenaries and do all kinds of other stuff. Let's see what kind of general we get when I roll you. Hopefully he's got at least one good pick. He's not that bad. And this is the last rebellion I was actually waiting for, I believe. Wow, some of these other ones are just all... By the time the rebellions have already done, the old ones are trying to come up again. So I think I'm just going to keep one army in Africa, generally speaking, to watch for rebellions there. And see if I can just use 2 armies to take it to Persia. Because Persia, if I recall, wasn't doing too hot. Let's see real quick. Persia only has 21,000 men and only a minimal amount of manpower. We have 40,000 men preparing to go into Persia. The concern is their allies, Crimea and Chagatai. Let's see. Should be around here. Oh, that's G, derp. Chagatai has 10,000 men only, but has plenty of manpower to replace them. Alright. Crimea has only about 11,000 men, but decent amount of manpower to replace them. Alright. And they're both horde units, which are... We've just surpassed horde units. So they're not an immediate threat. That gives them all in all probably about 50,000 men, plus the ability to replace most of them at least once. Not ideal for us, but we have vassals backing us up too. I think we can do it. And we, as I said, I made sure to keep this war chest so that we can hire mercenaries if we need to. None of these are particularly good for us. I mean, we might pick up the improve our prestige, because we're just going to... Let's pick up improve our prestige. We're going to a war. It's a good chance to raise our prestige. Let's see if we can get it up to 50 and get that stability back. Right, I was not theory crafting. I was actually going to fight a war this game. So let's get the clock moving again. You're already done, so you can go and blockade the straits here. And Persia actually does have a decent sized navy. It's just not... It's got no heavies. So I think we can just beat them down by the fact that our ships are bigger. Once you've done claiming that, I'm going to move you to someplace with higher supply limit. There we go. Alright. One of these armies, probably a mistake the one with just higher shock, is going to be told to attach this unit so our vassals come to it. And it will be our striker. It will look to bring the enemy army to battle in some place that's, well, mountains on the defense or not mountains on the offense. Well, you will be our advancer, our sieger. Where's the first fort? The first fort's in the province we're going for. So that's just straight up. You're going to march in there, use your siege pip, and then siege out that fort. I want these local forts... All these... This is going to cost us a lot of money. All these forts along the border, active. And I'm keeping the ones against the Ottomans active as always because of paranoia, even though they're still getting their butt kicked by France. But France pieced out. Still getting their butt kicked by England, I guess. And Switzerland. Either way, they're still fighting a tough war, but I'll keep those forts armed always. And our morale's up. Our armies are in position. There's nothing to wait on at this point. We're going for Khuzestan. I don't care about bringing in any of your... Actually, do I want to conquer QQ? Just take them out? Alright, what's QQ's culture? Let's take a second look here. They're Azerbaijani culture group. Do we want to trade one horde vassal for another? It's worth thinking about, because I still have a whole bunch of cores here they'd love to have returned. Do they have any unpleasant vassal allies they bring in? Some. We'll think about it. I don't think we're actually going to co-belligerize them, but it's worth thinking about possibly vassalizing them. And if Tabaristan ever loses its alliance with Ottomans, making a decent vassal here to later in. I'm not theory crafting, I'm fighting a war. Right. Let's press that button. Let's get men marching across the border, and let's turn down our speed. Man, I said I was not going to theory craft, and we're still 6 minutes in, and I only just declared war. I'm not liking those rolls. They sunk our... Yeah, it's our rolls that are really hurting us here. Oof. Alright, let's save these ships that I can. Alright, that went the opposite of good. They have a leader there. Alright, we need to think about replacing and building up our fleet. So, we probably need 3 heavy ships to adequately, in my mind at least, replace the lost ships. That's going to take a good deal of our war chest. The presence of their having an admiral's really screwed us up there, I think. So that didn't go nearly as well as I was initially hoping. That's the first thing to go wrong in the war, is our navy did not perform up to snuff. Bad rolls and just the quality of their leadership have sort of derailed that. Is it worth going in and smashing their army here? I think so. I just don't want them coming in and pillaging stuff in my rear. Pillaging my rear. Okay. Also, not losing our navy means we're not able to really blockade here to improve the siege. Right, there's a Persian army. It's not got a great leader, though, and it's not super large. So I'm not super worried about fighting it. Plus, we have forts in the way. Forgot about forts. They're a thing now. This is the problem. When the enemy starts sieging a mountain fort, how do you get them off it? What do you do to get them off your mountains? It's a question I really don't have an answer to. But I think just the difference in our leadership, we're still going to have better... We're going to have significantly larger army. We're going to have bonus pips, probably. Where's the rivers? Everywhere! There's rivers everywhere. There's no way we're getting in here without a river. And we don't have higher maneuver, so we're stuck. We're basically going to have to rely on superior numbers here. I don't like this. I want to get them off this fort since we're not going to be able to super quickly siege this one. At least our rolls are decent here. They have really good morale, probably from high piety. And they're... Alright. So, we killed about even numbers, but we technically lost that fight because of morale. That's annoying. A lot of early setbacks in this war. And this here... This is exactly why I smashed their army. This is what I didn't want. They just started hiring mercenaries or rebuilding their men, and they're doing exactly what I didn't want. I really should have activated that fort, but our money situation is really tight. We can just run over there and smash them. Grumble, grumble. Still, we're taking this fort in a decently timely fashion, despite not being able to. Well, they're linking up with the Persians. Alright, well fine, we'll go capture this first then. It'll be a little while before the Navy's ready. July 11th, 1563, so just over a year before the new and improved Mamluk Southern Fleet is ready for battle. Oh, and they, of course, activated the fort. Shit. That's even worse. I'm not liking this in any way. Let's try bringing them to battle again and hope for some better rolls and see if we can drive them across the border again. Good opening roll. Good roll there. We're getting good rolls, it's just so are they. And they just have so much more morale. Yeah. We killed about even. I think we lost a few more men. But in general, they're being a pain in the keister. I want to, like, I don't have enough men to just outmaneuver them. Is the thing. I can't just flow around them. Little problems adding up. At least I have Baghdad to immediately stop them next. And we get another tech group. Or not tech group, idea group. Alright. Well, with that captured, now we can sort of just isolate them, I guess. See if I can provoke them into a more favorable battle rather than just butting heads against them. War of maneuver rather than war of attrition. That's what I should be going for. Wish this admiral would die. Or I could consider the possibility of hiring my own admiral. I could bring both armies together and just pile on. But I'm not sure if that's the best move. I'd much rather them say, go try to re-siege Khuzestan and allow me to bring them to battle there. And, you know, let their manpower tick out during the siege. I should also probably go and, you know, siege their capital. That's probably an important thing to do. I don't have a proper fort there, but they, you know, they have a capital fort. Still, grab a few provinces. That'll start making them have war exhaustion from occupied provinces, which is a good thing. For us, at least. I get to show my lack of war skill by trying to that war of attrition. And we still have such superior numbers, but their extra morale from piety, because they've been fighting these two Sunni countries here. And our piety was in the toilet. Ooh, alright. So apparently, I was able to convince them to withdraw right before they were able to actually take the fort. Not sure what convinced them to do that. And they're going to Khuzestan? Yeah, that's exactly where I wanted to bring them to battle. Holy crap. I'm still going to have the fort crossing, but now we're actually going to make use of our superior generalship, make use of our superior numbers, make use of our inferior rolls. Make use of our superior tactics, and just actually beat their army really well. Meanwhile, Crimea attacks us in Isfahan, which is, I believe, a mountain province. Yeah, and our general's not bad, he's just not amazing. And beats them fairly handedly. That's changed a lot of things. That's a really quickly tilted the balance of the war in our favor. I'm going to let my vassals go, and I'm going to go back up here and siege this in. Stop attaching this unit. We no longer need a central force to bring the main enemy army to battle. You guys want to go... I was hoping by freeing them up they'd go and siege up a bunch of these provinces. Oi, 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 oi. Alright. Rebels as usual. Yep, here they go. Maybe? Don't just stack on this province, please. I don't want you to do that. No. Okay, they're going to Yazid, maybe, to siege that. That would be useful. Yeah, okay. Those are useful. Those useful places for you to be. You're probably going to get attacked by the Persian army and wiped out. Well, maybe not. Persian army is swinging around to the south. I'm actually going to need to bring you back probably to deal with them. I really want to close up this hole that's opened up in my back line. But not at the moment, I guess. Ooh, there's actually a Chagatai army that was able to cross the straits here. That's part of the reason I activated these forts, is I wanted to be able to contain an army doing this. So it looks like they're currently planning on invading through Arabia. And we're taking loans. I'm really glad I maintained that war chest. So we're outnumbered ship-wise, but we have much heavier ships. We apparently need an admiral. That's actually a pretty good admiral considering our... I'm basically just gonna fire the admiral again once the battle's over. I'm hiring an admiral so that I can win this battle and then toss him once we've got control here. Alright, let's see how this goes. Our ships are taking damage. Our rolls are still being pretty poor. But a lot of their ships are sinking. Yeah, we're just sinking the entire Persian Navy now. There we go. And unfortunately, I'm just going to be like, yeah, sorry. Ooh. So they have a large army down here they were able to pull together from a whole bunch of their allies, and I'm not rolling well. Yeah, particularly against their freaking 9s. We lost a lot more men than they did. Probably twice as many. We still have men to replace them, but I'd rather not have to do it. So they're currently able to invade through Arabia. However, as you can see now, they can't get out of Arabia. They're stuck there. Sorry, Admiral, you're fired. Alright, so yes, they won Arabia. But guess what? They're stuck in Arabia. This means my... Oh. Whatever was causing that little hiccup is hopefully not related to my computer crashing again. Really, I'm just nervous every time something hiccups now. So if I can somehow just contain them for the time being... Well, other armies... Yeah, my vassals will rampage through inner Iran. I'll pick off a couple armies where I can. I'll gather my two main battle armies. And that should give me sufficient numbers to defeat their armies in Arabia, and they have nowhere to retreat to. So I should be able to just completely wipe out those armies. Crimea looks like it's going to then be the only real force to be able to field an army of significant size. I've had some setbacks, but overall the war still looks to be going in my favor. Where are you going? Probably to just unsiege some stuff I already sieged. Oh well. Or, not sieged, but captured the unforted provinces. No? Where are you going? Maybe they're trying to get across to Arabia, and then they're just going to get there and be like, oh, the strait's blocked. Well, damn. Yep, that's what AI is just like, hey, who put these boats here? Really should have staggered you guys so you weren't stacked up while walking through the desert. That was really just careless of me. I didn't think you'd arrive. Alright, these are both just desert provinces. Let's go into Liwa. Maybe I'll get lucky and wipe out the 5,000 men before the reinforcements arrive. I decided not to stack up for it. Well, let's then bring the 40,000 of you guys to their 20,000. Do we want the piety at the moment? I think we do. We're going to get some Shia stuff real quick. For now, at least, more piety. Pretty good. They're retreating. But they can't retreat that far. You just catch them and stack wipe them. Thumbs up. Can't see it, but I'm giving a thumbs up right now. Just take my word for it. Here's my slightly better commander. You're going to go deal with the one remaining army in the field. I'm going to go deal with this remaining Crimean army, unless I can just piece Crimea out. No, Crimea is like the only person that still wants to fight. Probably because they missed the battle in Arabia. So the battle in Arabia was victorious. It's a huge coup for me. It's nearly destroyed the enemy's ability to field armies. Unfortunately, they still have the Crimean army. They still have this fort in my rear. I don't have them as a rival, do I? I want them as a rival, but I can't. For some reason, the game thinks I'm too big to rival them. How much could I actually get toward my war goals right now? Bam, bam, bam. So Persia's really to give me everything I want. And some cash besides. Not quite war operations yet, but I could probably swing that fairly easily. There's now the question of, like, do I keep pressing the war? My manpower's just about out. What more do I gain by pressing the war? Well, I could gain QQ as a vassal to give me some place to stage my invasions up. Ooh. And Tabaristan was forced to break its alliance with the Ottomans. That, I think, is going to be the deciding factor here. Is this your capital? I think it's your capital. Yeah, it's your capital. The little capital symbol here. So that's going to be the deciding factor in the fact that I'm going to use QQ as a way of expanding into the Caucasus. That's the thing that's going to happen. Oh, wow, the Persians put together a new army. Oh, it's the Crimean army. That's what's actually fighting the bulk of the forces there. Okay. So it's at least worth staying in the war right now until I finish up this whole thing with QQ and siege out their capital so I can make them a vassal. Because I now got that free slot from annexing AQ. Yeah, this will work. We're gonna need to deal with that fricking loan. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. So they have about 22,000 men in the field at the moment. It's not a lot, but it's, you know, enough to stop either one of my armies from being completely independent and smashing them. Persia, listen. I want peace as much as you do. But these other guys in the war, they're not quite willing to give me everything I want yet. Chagatai, you're willing to just back out? No, not quite. Soon, if the war going on much longer, you would be, but... Ah, Tabirs. Excellent. So, first order of business. QQ. Will you bend the knee? You will. I guess I'll take your money. No, you're probably going to need it. Is there anything I want you to give up? No, I want you to have most of your cores. Yeah. Fuck it. This is good. QQ's out of the war. And now my vassals so I can feed them. Nom 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 nom. Persia is still disinclined to complete and utter capitulation. Here's defend the mountain, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So let's not just gather and fight there in the mountains. Let's see about gathering and taking out this Crimean army first. Unless they're now willing to capitulate. They're willing to capitulate just beforehand. So let's check when I'm getting everything I want. 3 provinces, yep. 10% of their income, yep. All their cash on hand, yep. And that's everything I want out of you. Saves us the battle. Hormuz! I'm just gonna give you the use timing because I hate having to maintain presences on islands. It's just whatever reason I hate it. And you're not gonna have this temple here for long, I think. Two more provinces. That's actually a fairly high cost. Damn. Well, I can pay it in the near future. Rebels. Jiminy Cricket, they're just everywhere. Still, I can at least mothball you to save a little money, because we're going to have to pay that loan in the near future. Not in a year I can afford to pay. Crimea? Why would I give you military access? Really? Who are you fighting? You're not giving... No. Go away, Crimea. And QQ, don't you worry. You think like, oh, this sucks. No, no. I am here to herald your return to glory. Still don't have enough points. Gotta wait on that. Fee can go up, though. So that was our war against Persia. It didn't completely break the back of Persia or anything like that, but I think it cost them enough men and capital to slow them down. Unfortunately, it cost me a lot of men and capital, but I'm the one that came out of it with 3 new shiny provinces and a vassal to feed all of the Caucasus to. Well, not all the Caucasus. A lot of the Caucasus, because they have cores on, like, almost all this stuff. And what they don't have cores on, I'm going to vassalize Tabaristan. Because they're in the Persian culture group. And then I'm going to start feeding Persia to my vassal of Tabaristan. That's the plan. That's the plan. Yeah, that'll be good. I am going to need another Diplo idea to get the extra diplomatic relation, and I really can't. I don't have that right now. Alright. Take a second. New artillery. Early game artillery doesn't matter a whole lot. More morale. We need that morale. I'm not super interested in the maintenance modifier. I mean, it's good, particularly considering our economic situation, or the maneuver at the moment. So I think we'll then, get some actual tech. But I really wanted this plus 15% morale. We saw in the last war with, just with Persia just now, how much of a problem not having that morale can be. So, I'm glad to have that. You can repay this loan right now, right? Oh yeah. I mean, we're gonna be near broke, but... And we'll pay for the work until I'm sure we're gonna make a fair amount of trade. We're not quite a trade-focused kingdom, because we haven't actually got trade yet. But it's on our list. We're definitely getting trade. Only problem is I really want to be able to colonize these at some point, but I can't think of any point where I'd actually be getting a colonist. Because our diplomatic idea groups are probably going to be influence, trade, maritime. We're going to be getting probably defensive, quantity, offensive, some order of that. for our military groups, and we're probably going to get religious and economic for our administrative. Typically, I end up with 2-3-3 for my group layout, simply because that's where I have the points. There was. Oh yeah. So I don't think, like, I've already planned out my ID groups. It's a matter of like what order I get them in. I'm never going to be able to really fill in these, which is really annoying. I really would love to be able to fill in these and just go into Africa and do all that fun stuff. But I can't see it happening. And you're now able to be cored. Excellent. War exhaustion's going down, and that should kill some of the revolt risk. Not enough. Religious unity's down, overextension's up. Some war exhaustion left. I was gonna our piety's back up because we just went into war against a whole bunch of Shia. And you're Shia too, so that's gonna be something good for us as well. Prove our piety there as well. I'm probably gonna start a war with them once we're back up to 100 ducats. I'm basically gonna sit on the money for a little while, let our, ducats recover. And once we're back up to 100 ducats, I'm going to go and start a war with Tabaristan before they have a chance to pick up another major ally. Because right now they're basically allyless. Yeah. So once I have a sufficient war chest to pay for all the reinforcements and stuff, I'm probably going to go right after them. Of course, these rebellions are costing me both men and money that I can ill afford. God, why did I even bother with Africa? Still, the unrest and the autonomy are finally getting down in this region. I want to switch you out for what is it called? Marketplace. Instead of a temple. But that can wait. It'll be more important when I get trade. I want to be pulling trade from here up to there. Trade from here to here. Trade from here to here. Trade from here to here. Possibly eventually trade from here to here as well. Cyprus, what am I going to do with you, Cyprus? You're still filling up my slot. Your kings are like borderline immortal as far as I can tell. Man. The inflation reduction is really valuable. The only reason we're making money right now is because I don't have Rumble. Yeah, I guess I'll accept that. I'll cut military expenditures for the time being. You are mothballed, right? Right, you're mothballed. Good. There's no immediate... There's still Omani separatists kicking around. Zufar? Where the hell's Zufar? Oh, it's because I'm bothering to convert you. That's why you're angry. Zufar, you're a poor province on the far corner. I will raise your local autonomy. I was like, oh, another rebellion? No, it's in my vassal, and they can deal with it themselves. Naval thought suffering, that's less than awesome. Tabaristan is getting attacked by the Ottomans in Crimea. Fudge nuggets, that's going to limit the amount of territory I can take. Please don't get vassalized. Please don't lose too much. God. I knew they were a good prey. There's something you wanted to pounce on. I'm just sort of surprised the Ottomans, who are in a war against Spain and France. It might be a stability drop, that's less than awesome. But at least our air's not bad. But it's in a war against Spain and France. Alright, let's check the wars. Ottoman conquest. Really, Ottomans, you're You're in a war against France and Spain. I don't think Tabaristan is on your list of concerns at the moment. You've got bigger fish to fry, my friend. And if you would unrival me, announcement of sect practices, sure. Our current king isn't great to give us a lot of options. Oh, our heir is super young. It's not bad, not great, but not bad. But he's super young. I will raise our stability for both the conversion rate. This has gone to super slow, but I did give him autonomy. We'll see if I cancel that or not. But we lost a bunch of piety that we just gained, which is really frustrating. Lost some of the good decisions that our king had let us made. I really just want to fight Tabaristan. Wow. Tabaristan, Jesus Christ, you are a paper tiger right now. You know what? They've got nothing. Screw it. Maybe next time. I don't have quite as many cores as I would have liked, QQ. But there are other provinces I can give you that you still have at least same culture on. And I could probably make them release. Anyway, Tabaristan's going to lose some more shit next time. This has been Deckard6, signing off.